श्री केशरीनाथ त्रिपाठी जी, इस अनूठे प्रांत के राज्यपाल, माननीय श्री M.K. नारायणन साहब, मेरे सीनियर कोलीग जिनसे मैंने बहुत सीखा है जब वो NSA थे और मैं डिप्टी था। डायस में बैठे हुए अन्य माननीय गण, प्रोफेसर भवतोष विश्वास, डॉक्टर चंदन बनर्जी, डॉक्टर कृष्णा दलाल, मेरे साथी गौतम मित्र, उपस्थित सभी देवियों एवं सज्जनों, I think this is a very unique occasion because on one side, a father who has seen his son become one of a child afflicted with cerebral palsy through no fault of his. And ever since both Mr. Gautam Mitra and his wife and family and friends made it their mission to see that children need not have this affliction be due to want of technology or want of procedure, prenatal procedure. And then he was working for this, and I came to know at a stray incident, and then I put in touch with him, eminent scientists of All India Institute of Medical Sciences and the National Brain Research Institute and many others. While this was on, the son of Mr. Gautam Mitra was undergoing an MRI, passed away, and which we think was due to lack of knowledge of how to handle a person afflicted with cerebral palsy while doing the procedure of MRI. All this results in completely avoidable situations, and therefore the need for educating everyone, one and all. Long ago I was also Director General of Sports Authority, and we found that people with different challenges have unique capabilities. And in fact, one of my dreams had been to take a person who's, say, visually challenged, or another one who's of this cerebral palsy, and train him or her in chess, a tremendous game of mental process, testing mental process. And my dream is that one day we'll be able to prove that a person with this kind of challenges can actually beat a person with no physical challenges. And this is possible. We have some very known living legends who have been physically challenged, and they're better mentally or many other capabilities than many people who are not physically challenged. However, this is a time when we should see how to, one, prevent a child, and as I heard, and I could make it, that Abhishek, when he was about to be born, had a problem with the umbilical cord, and the child couldn't get adequate oxygen for some time. And this resulted in his being born as a cerebral palsy person. Now, this situation should not happen. I think the entire gamut of people who are involved in looking after a mother-to-be and then helping her to become a mother should ensure that no such, either deliberate or by accident, mistake occur by which a child who would otherwise be completely normal is brought into this world as physically challenged. I think that it requires a change in the whole panorama of people. Whether they are medical technologists or even dais. I come from a state, Madhya Pradesh, which is essentially a rural state, where more than 90% of the childbirths are done by trained or untrained village dais. And it is necessary that the education and the training should be right from that time. I also think that there is a need for training and education of those who are in the medical profession, be it medical, paramedical persons, or even those who are dealing with the soul system as honorable doctors. India has a very large population of physically challenged people. So, another side of this is that when a person is born with a physical challenge or during his lifetime because of some accident or something, a person becomes physically challenged, it is necessary that we ought to know what ought to be done, how to rehabilitate, how to strengthen the faculties which are strong in the person, how to make the faculties which are weak to behave in a manner that the person restores to a great degree his original capability. Some time ago, when precisely 2013, January, a person called Mr. Bhatnagar came to me at Raipur, and he said that his son-in-law, who was a helicopter pilot in Siachen Glacier, met with an accident. It was a single-engine plane, and in order to ensure that no hurt comes to the co-pilot and the passenger, he tilted the helicopter to his side, and he took the brunt of the force of impact at Siachen. He had a brain injury. This boy's name was Flight Lieutenant Parikshit Hastekar. He had a brain injury, and this happened in 2010. This gentleman had come to me in 2013 asking that this boy is now going to be discharged from the Air Force because there was no improvement in his physical condition. So I asked him that, why did you come so late? I was here ever since, and I had been Defense Secretary, and I would have been able to do something. He said, I didn't know that you could have done something, and I thought that it's a natural thing. A lot of people have accidents, and my son-in-law was one of them. But I didn't think that that Air Force would release him because there is no improvement in his physical condition. So anyway, I took up the matter with the MOD and also with the doctors. And this lady who's sitting, Dr. Krishna Dalal, who heads the Department of Biophysics in All India Institute of Medical Sciences, and been working with the science of reflexology, which basically generates through the nervous system ability to restore to a great extent the abilities. Now, Flight Lieutenant Parikshit Hastekar was brought to her, and amazing things have happened. When I first met Hastekar, he wasn't able to stop drooling, or he was not able to stand up. He was not able to recognize anybody, and certainly he was not able to speak. After constant training and treatment given by Mrs. Dalal, this boy is able to use computer with his left hand. And he recognizes people. He even recognizes some of the people who are not in the periphery of his life, like me. And I found that his handshake was really warm and strong. And he talks about his squadron and his training days in National Defense Academy. He has restored himself, all the confidence. Although, his accident had been almost fatal in the Siachen region, in the Siachen itself. I wish the science today is able to unearth the capabilities of human body, and all those people who are physically challenged can be brought back into levels of performance in other things except perhaps their own main challenge. And I think it is possible. I think it is, we require dedicated people, we require people with a mind and also primarily a heart to be able to pursue such cases, and each case is a unique case. Then the sacrifice made by Abhishek will come true, will enable 1 million of such person to be considered as being useful to the human society and be able to contribute to the human society. And I wish all success in everyone engaged in that pursuit. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Jai Hind.